All right. Welcome to Four Seasons Construction Helpline. How may I help you?
Hello. I just wanted to, I love your service. Before I make my order, and I just wanted to, congratulate President-elect Olaf from Disney's Frozen. Just got to say, I did my runs. I'm super excited to have a brand new president in office and for a great chill to come over this country.
I think he would be a great president. I think Olaf is the king that we need. King Olaf.
King Olaf of the United States.
Yes. Well, welcome to Olaf's America, everyone.
Only in Olaf's America would this happen.
Yeah.
Do you think Olaf is going to push forward our healthcare, or is that not on the table?
We can really only hope.
I honestly think if we get him in office, we can push him farther to the left, but you know how he is.
Yeah, with a Republican-controlled Senate, it's going to be hard because I don't know. They're not going to let him do much.
No, they're going to let him
He's not very liberal, but to them, anything left is socialist. So Olaf's not going to be able to enact anything, even considered anything left. He's, not even moderate.
No, they're just going to give him 4 years to melt. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, quite
and
honestly.
Global warming is going to really have an effect on him.
And all he wants is warm hugs. If that's, yeah, that's true. If we don't stop global warming, he's going to melt. Maybe that's their tactic. They don't want him to run for re-election because they know he will win.
In 4 years, they know he'd come back. He's such a strong candidate. Excuse me 1 second.
He's going to check his numbers for Olaf's campaign. We did a lot of fundraising for the Olaf campaign, Olaf 2020 campaign, and he's got to check the numbers.
I don't even know why I thought of Olaf, because I've never even seen that movie.
Yeah, you were like, I've got to check this person's name. And I was like, okay, it must be some political figure that you're thinking of. And nope, it was Olaf from Disney's Frozen.
From Disney's Frozen. I think it's because one of my neighbors has a giant inflatable Olaf in their front yard. And it's been kind of staring at me for the last 48 hours.
Yeah, that's intense.
It's very intense. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm ready to live in Olaf's America. That's kind of my state. Also, we didn't do an episode last week because the country was on fire.
Yeah, so. I was just nervous. I couldn't really do anything except look at social media and check the election results constantly. Waiting for any update.
You are right. The best thing to come out of last week was the fucking lawn care situation.
Yeah, the fucking
that was
Four
the best thing.
Construction or whatever the fuck that place is.
Did you see they're selling merch now?
Yes, fuck yes, that's awesome. Dude, I would buy that. Not gonna lie.
I would too. God, I just love the scenario of that employee just thinking, yeah, we're the Four Seasons.
Yeah.
For the president?
I love that the Four Seasons Hotel.
Yeah, bring him down.
The Four Seasons Hotel had to be like, not us. It wasn't us. Seriously, don't come here. Like that's literally like everyone said it, but it's literally like a joke from like Parks and Rec. Like, how is that real? How is that possible? That and
that's happened? the highest office of the country. It's not like some local
no.
congressperson.
That's
or
the
anything.
Campaign to get the president of the United States reelected, and that's the kind of shit they pull.
And Giuliani's fucking crying in front of a garage. It's great. Made my day.
And what he said was correct. Like, the news doesn't decide the election. The polls decide the election. I just can't believe he said, and he like stopped saying it because he realizes what he's saying is also not helping him because they can't win. No matter what they say, they can't win.
No, it's all hearsay. Also, someone just now started to take a shower, so if you hear that in the background, I apologize.
It's okay. A golden shower? What is that thing with Trump and golden shower? Isn't there some kind of pee video or something? I don't know.
Yeah, he was like in France or Russia, and he had prostitutes and they were peeing or something. Out of all the things he has done, it's like it's bottom tier,
tame,
honestly. Yeah. But you know, there's nothing you can say anything about that man, and I'll be like, yeah, probably. Honestly, you know,
and people don't care. They're just like, yeah, so what?
I don't want to elect Biden because he's not a decent man. But Trump, it doesn't matter what he does.
I like a wall of
as long
text
as he pushes
just
forward
like
my
flies
agenda
in front of them of all the things Trump's done.
yeah, it's a freeze frame, and then it's just the list of things.
Giant.
It's like a 5-minute video.
Scrolling text. Oh goodness. But yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen for the rest of 2020. It's already not looking good. But
honestly, I was hoping to have a little more like joy and confidence coming into this week.
Yeah, it lasted about 2 days, and then it was like, okay,
lasted two days. And now I'm back to.
They're still saying Trump could win. In what way? In what world could he win?
In a coup, he could win.
Yes, in a coup.
That's the scary part. I feel like,
and Republicans are just like too scared to like let the baby hurt the baby's feelings. So they're just like, yeah, let's do authoritarianism. It's okay, Donald.
He can have it. Just let him have it. He's having a rough week.
Let him have his McDonald's and authoritarianism.
Yeah, no, it's one of those, you know, I'm on edge, and I think
I agree. I'm like more chill than last
week
because certainly. At least we've got something. At least we know we won in the eyes of the world. We won. And
I'll take
have to fight an uphill battle.
But whatever win I can get, I'll take at this point. You know.
Yep.
You can tell me that COVID cases went down by only 1,000 cases yesterday, and then I'd be like, cool, at least that's less than what it was. But then they shoot back up anyway.
I'm done pretending that COVID's real because Biden won. Like just like Trump said, you're never going to hear about it after November 4th. So I mean,
it's over.
Yeah.
The Democrats.
What's he saying now because of that? Is he like, oh, because he won? Like
I mean, Trump's like hiding. He's not saying anything.
Really? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Hiding's not the right word. He's firing everyone in the background and doing his own.
Yeah.
You know, he's trying to save his
little
time
tuchus.
in the office. Yeah.
He's trying to save his little tuchus and not go to jail.
that little tuchus of his.
I gotta say, my favorite thing, except for the Four Seasons thing, because that's just otherworldly. That is hilariously funny. My favorite meme, other than that, to come out of this is just a simple like TikTok from this guy who didn't have like barely any views, and all it was just like him looking at the camera smiling, and he's just like, and the text just says, "So did Q predict this?" It's just like the funniest fucking thing.
I also this week's gonna be interesting, or this episode's gonna be interesting because YouTube is down tonight.
Yeah, that's a recent development. YouTube is down. That doesn't happen very often. I think that's the liberal media. Guys.
YouTube is down.
I think that's the liberal media trying to suppress conservative and Republican voices on YouTube.
Did you see the fucking QAnon guy was like, I'm tired of pretending I'm not a Nazi.
Wait, what? No. What? I don't know anything about this. What?
Okay, first of all, I need to fact check myself. I didn't really, I just saw the headline.
Like Q or just some guy?
No, QAnon.
Like the Q, like the guy who started
the guy who runs QAnon. Yeah.
Isn't he like? Wasn't it a joke? Didn't he start it like it's fake? But it doesn't matter.
He basically what he said from this. Again, I didn't read the full article, so I'm sure I'm pissing off some people right now.
Yes, because all the conservative people who listen to this show.
No, but like it's still annoying when someone's like, "This happened," but I didn't read it.
Yeah, but it's also not. Yeah, it's not quite right. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but apparently he just started saying like, "I'm just tired of acting like I don't want a fascist society." Because it's what I do want.
Oh, he wants a fascist society.
Yeah, he wants one.
Oh, okay, so he's a Nazi.
Yeah, he's saying like, I'm tired of not acting like I'm not one.
Damn, son.
Yep.
They're just coming out and saying it now.
Yeah, I feel like, they're emboldened by a certain person.
Yeah, I mean, who knows where this is going?
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah.
It's the most.
We're about to freaking lock down again.
Lockdown. Yeah,
I'm excited for that, though. I need.
I wonder.
Because it's like, I mean, I think in the past month or so, I've started, because before it was like you would hear every once in a while of someone someone who knows someone who has it or something. Now it's like, it feels like every other day I hear someone I know has it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, This is not good.
Yeah, it's really, really bad. Please wear a fucking mask. Actually, I'm not even gonna beg people anymore. It's just like, if you're not wearing a mask, then you're the worst kind of person, and I have no respect for you. So it's just it's I don't know what to do anymore about that. Shout out to the I think it was 3 or 5% of our audience from Ireland.
Shout out to you.
I hope you guys are doing well.
Yeah.
Probably better than us.
Laddies and lassies. I hope you guys are.
And lassies.
I hope you all are being safe out there. I'm glad that other pretty much all the countries who have recognized us so far, except for Russia, have been like, yeah, Biden won. Great to have you back, bud. So that's nice to hear.
Yeah, it feels nice. It feels good, man. Feels good. That was a good day.
Feels good, man.
Feels good.
So you remember Mighty Beans?
Yes, I do.
For some reason, I've heard about Mighty Beans several times recently.
This is kind of funny because the subject I was going to talk about today, but since we don't have YouTube, it's also bean related.
Dude, they have Mighty Beans Fortnite. Hold on, let me put this onto the thingy here.
Fortnite.
Oh no, I have to. And then there we go. No. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, they have Mighty Bean Fortnite. What was it? Okay, so you could collect these shits in a case.
Yeah, I had a few.
I know my friends at school had them. They were just little beans.
They couldn't be knocked down.
That couldn't be knocked down. Was there a game to be played? Or was it?
I don't remember. I just remember I had a
cool games here, which makes me think that you have to make up the game. You had a Spider-Man one.
I had a Spider-Man and a Hulk and I think somebody else. Like a weird face.
I remember seeing.
It's just like a metal weight in a tube.
Yeah, I remember seeing the commercials for these all the time, and then when someone at school had them, I was like, "Whoa!" And then they did nothing, and then I was like, "Oh, I don't care."
Oh,
whoa! Mighty Bean Slammer Time Racetrack. Whoa!
It's Slammer Time. I was just about to. So you saw that Boba Fett bean?
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to have a little side rant here. I'm so tired of every new Mandalorian episode that comes out. It literally gets spoiled within half a second.
I haven't watched any of the new season.
I haven't either, but I know everything that happened. I don't know how you're avoiding it, but you might be on social media.
All I looked at social media for was the election, and then after that, I was like, I need a cleanse. I have looked at enough social media for the year now.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you, but I can't seem to keep away. But it's worse than Game of Thrones.
Damn.
Remember, remember you used to have hide the night of.
Yeah. Well, it's also it's lockdown, so nobody has anything to do except watch things, and it's that's a popular show.
So everyone it is within you cannot hide from it. So I guess it's one of those things if you're not watching the show, then go fuck yourself.
I just literally didn't care to start it. It started in October, and I was I'm right around Halloween, and I was I'm watching scary things right now. I don't want to watch fucking Mandalorian.
I'm in spooky time right now. All right.
Also, I don't really care. I don't know. There was no cliffhanger at the last of the it didn't make me want to keep watching and like, oh,
Yeah.
I gotta see what happens next. Except for
it's
fucking.
an episodic show. It doesn't even like have. It has some continuing arcs, but not a whole lot.
Except
it's
for
mostly like
Giancarlo.
side missions.
Giancarlo Esposito's character was fucking badass, and I was
Yeah.
like, this guy's cool.
Yeah. No, it's one of those shows like I really don't want to commit like a week by week dedication. I'm gonna wait till
no.
it's all out and then I'll be like, okay, I'll binge it, done. Because it's gonna be like 10 episodes.
The Boys was worth it. The Boys this season, watching week to week, was worth it. It was awesome.
I'm probably gonna binge that soon. It's on my
too. You would really like it. You would really enjoy it.
I'm finishing a show now, and then I'm gonna start The Boys next, so we can make this The Boys podcast.
The Boys podcast. We haven't been watching any like narrative or like drama type shows. We've been watching Schitt's Creek just because we needed like light
A
things.
cleanse.
Yeah, we did light
I've been
things
watching
to
New
watch.
Girl.
Yeah, there you go.
Just like binging it. It's I mean, it's definitely got that
Is that on Netflix?
2010s millennial humor.
Yep.
But I'm eating it up, man.
Yeah, I saw
It's
the
like-
pilot and it was like, yeah, this is fun, but it didn't like grab me.
No, it's like for me. I like the pilot too, but I was like also like, but like
Don't
halfway
they
through
recast
season.
Damon Wayans or
Yeah,
whichever
literally,
Wayans it is?
the next episode they recast him because
it's the
there's
pilot.
a weird contract where he had to go back to it was like some other show. I forget what it was called.
I like the other guy more than Damon or whichever Wayans
me too.
brother that is.
The guy who plays Wilson is the new guys. The guy who replaces him I prefer, but
Yeah.
they bring back David and later on. But anyway, yeah, the show I love it. I can't. It's like it's one of those things where I understand the cringe, I get it, but I'm eating it up. It's like junk food. I can't stop.
I'm watching IT Crowd, the British one.
See,
right
that's
now.
fun. I could never get behind it. I think it's the laugh track for me.
Yeah, you don't like laugh tracks. Yeah, I just don't notice. I just don't notish them.
I don't know how you tune it out. For me, it gets
If you
in
just
my
watch
head.
a couple episodes, I don't know. They just tune it out.
What's Schitt's Creek like?
It's
I've heard it's good.
It's fun. It's I don't know. It's not my favorite show, but it's like nice to have on. Like it's a chill show.
Background noise.
It's made by Natalie really likes it. Eugene Levy and Daniel Levy are like the stars and executive producers. It's fun. It's got a good cast and it's pretty funny. It's got some
It
good
won
jokes.
a
I
ton
really
of
like.
awards, right?
Yeah,
Pretty sure it like sweeped at
Yeah, it did.
Whatever.
It did. I think that was for the third season or something. We just finished the first season, so yeah,
Interesting.
pretty good.
Yeah, if it's worth checking out, I might do it because I'm waiting on Reagan to catch up with New Girl so we can watch it together.
Hell yeah!
So, but yeah, I'm gonna start The Boys soon. Super excited for that.
I think I'm gonna watch some HBO shows soon. I think I'm gonna watch Lovecraft Country.
Ooh, yeah, I've heard it's really good.
And Raised by Wolves, among some other stuff, because my coworkers say that those are really good.
Yeah,
But
yeah, definitely. What's unfortunate is there's like no movies. Obviously, because of COVID, there's not a ton of new
Yeah.
movies. But what is out is still not interesting me. You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like committing myself to being a filmmaker right now and like actually, observing and looking at.
I mean, it's
fun
also
films.
like you can't go to the theater, like, and what am I going to pay the same amount to go to a theater to sit in my house, like, to watch it? No, I'm not going to do that. So I got to wait a long time for new stuff to come out,
Yeah.
But whatevs.
Whatevs. Whatever.
I've been watching recently, so like, for my job, I can like listen to music and podcasts and stuff, and obviously I've been working from home for like 9 months, so I've been like going through cycles, and I've listened to like tons of shit. Right now, I'm really into long YouTube. I won't say documentaries, but kind of like that. Long YouTube documentaries, specifically like channels like Down the Rabbit Hole where it's just
Yeah.
like really obscure stories. Like mostly, a lot of them are like internet mysteries, like taken from Reddit, or they are like what happened to this YouTuber that was really popular in like 2009, and then where are they now? Like just shit like that I just eat it up. For some reason, I love looking at old YouTubers because it's such a niche thing, and you like forget how much, like how different the landscape is. Like they're talking about people who in 2008, 2009 had 50,000 subscribers, and they're like, and they keep saying, you have to remember, for the time, that's huge. That is a ton. Nowadays, if you have 50,000 subscribers, you're nothing. You're not making shit.
Yeah, that's chump change.
Back in the day, you were huge. You were like viral, which is insane to wrap your mind around, which is like when I started watching YouTube, it was like 2009, 2010 era. So like a lot of these names I've like heard in passing, or I watched. So it's kind of interesting and like nostalgic to go back. Like they talk about, but most of the ones I've watched are like gaming ones, because I was into that scene. That's kind of how I started watching YouTube a lot. I was really into Call of Duty, and I looked up like Call of Duty strategy or something, and then like I was like, holy shit, there's like tons of people making videos about Call of Duty. Whoa, these guys are so good. And that's kind of how I started in there. And yeah, it's just really weird to go back to that time and like see how things have changed and like who is still around from that, like because like Keemstar will pop up sometimes in those videos as like a different entity. I mean, he's still like a horrible person, but he's not like the Keemstar we know now. And it's it's just very strange, very weird.
It's also like seeing how like H3H3 has changed so much.
Yeah.
Like how they used to almost be, they were getting close to being like a powerhouse on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of are like a powerhouse. I'd say they are, but like a lot of people just don't like them anymore.
Yeah.
They just fell off. Like
I stopped watching.
I don't really like them.
I'm not a big fan either. And I actually used to watch pretty regularly. Yeah.
And most of my friends turned them on to me. They were like, they're so funny. And I'm like, yeah, these are kind of fun. But I'm was interested in the topics they talked about rather than them. Like I didn't really give a shit about their humor.
No, it was like seeing what they were talking about was way more interesting to me as well.
Yeah.
Where I was like, yeah, I fuck with this.
Ethan is pretty unfunny. To be quite honest, he's pretty just not funny. I was actually just today, I was watching a compilation of, do you know who Psychic Pebbles is?
No, I'm sure I could.
He's an animator and voice actor. He has a really distinctly strange voice. And so he's a really good voice actor, but he's an animator, been an animator on YouTube for a long time. And I think he was in Newgrounds, whatever, but he's like, he's lurked around on the YouTube sphere for a while. He was part of Sleepy Cabin. Anyway, he trolled the H3H3 podcast stuff. I hate using the word troll unironically, but that's literally what it is. And he would like call in and he also has a really high pitched voice. So he would act like he was a child trying to defend Jake Paul. And it was so fucking funny. Like, cause they don't know who this is. And he's like, messing with them, and then he calls in acting like Donald Trump. Obviously they know it's not Donald Trump, but his Donald Trump is so impeccable, and his like improvisation as him is so funny. Like he's talking about how much he loves anime as Donald Trump and how he loves the incel community, and he's like listen, we won't talk. Some people don't want to talk about the incel community. I say that the incels are great, but we won't talk about that. We won't talk about the incels. And it's so fucking funny.
That's so good.
And like every single comment is, this is the funniest part of the H3H3 podcast. And they're all just like, Ethan is not funny. Why won't he let Zach talk? Like Ethan is not funny. The H3H3 podcast sucks. And I'm like, damn, I didn't realize I wasn't the only one.
No, it's I don't know. I feel like maybe it's just his cadence or his timing, but
He just seems so disingenuous to me. Like to the guests he brings on, he sees them as opportunities, not as like genuine people to talk to, and he's really interested in clout and views. In my opinion, there is also there's a subsect of people who don't like him because he's Jewish, and that's kind of, I mean, that's not kind of fucked. That is fucked, and it's like I hate when that gets brought up at all. I'm like, why do you?
No, that's not a valid reason to dislike a creator. So like for that, I agree.
But like not even like people directly being like, oh, he's Jewish, but like they'll make it just feels like it's seated in anti-Semitism.
Anti-Semitic, yeah.
And it's like, this is bad. That's really bad.
No,
I just don't like him as a person, like his personality. I don't like that.
And he's getting a lot of views and money off of Trisha Paytas or whatever.
Yep.
He brings her on all the time. Yeah. Just because he knows she'll
do something
she'll say
stupid.
Crazy things, and then he'll get a ton of views. So
exactly.
It's
really exploitative.
It feels gross and exploiting, and
it's extremely exploitative.
I'm not a big fan.
He would bring like Jordan Peterson on just to get in arguments with him, just because he knows people will watch the arguments. Like it's.
Well, and I also hate when people bring on people purposely to have an argument and are not good at arguing their point.
Yeah,
like that really gets annoying because then that person that they're bringing on, who they already are giving like a platform and a voice to reach people. Then you're not even contesting what they're saying.
Let's say hypothetically that some people want big mommy milky. I would love to see Pete Buttigieg and Ben Shapiro argue about fucking anime girls' tits.
Buttigieg, he's just quoting Obama the whole time.
Yeah, they're thinking Pete is going to be in Biden's cabinet, which I'm cool with that.
Oh, for sure.
I'm cool with that.
That man was.
Bernie's
going to be, I think, leader of chairman of labor or something.
If we've got fucking Bernie in the office, and if we've got Pete and Bernie out here in the White House, this shit that's some good shit.
It'll be the Senate that's key. So
yeah, that Senate race is going to be important.
That Senate race is going to be.
So if we have any listeners in Georgia.
Yeah, for all of you out there in Georgia that listen to this,
please vote. I know it's a very small subset of people, but
it might be zero. It might be zero.
It might be zero. We're not going to talk about that. Some people say that it's zero. I say that it's higher than that.
The highest numbers from Georgia for any podcast.
Very big.
That's what I say.
Very big listener base there. The numbers are telling me that I have a big, huge listener base in Georgia and that they need to vote in January, but we won't talk about that.
We don't talk politics on this show.
Some people on TikTok have the greatest Trump impression. Like it actually sounds like he is talking. I'm like, yes. That is incredible.
I've heard some really good ones. Like they're trying to call in and talk in his voice and like prank people, but it's really good, like really convincing. My
favorite impressions though are Tucker Carlson impressions. I don't know why, but they're so funny. Like that one I sent you the other day.
Because he just gives off that when he pauses and he blinks at the screen like he can't process thought fast enough.
Well, because he's just making shit up. I don't think he's reading anything. Lying. He's just making shit up.
It's like how he lost that. He won that court case saying that like Fox News isn't technically news and that you'd have to be you have to be insane, or I don't remember the actual jargon, but you'd have to not actually take him seriously. Like he's so stupid. What he's saying is so untrue that you have to watch his show ironically. Like that's how he won a lawsuit.
Woof. Even he's saying like, Trump, you're done, bud.
Yeah, like it's time to pack it up, my guy. I know you're coping right now.
I guess our guest spot for Donald next episode isn't going to go well. We were really planning on that victory, and I don't know.
I think, I think he'll still be all right to talk though. Just might be a little erratic.
Yeah. Do you think? Okay, what? I want predictions. We're usually let's look back. Let's look forward. I want predictions. So, do you think when Biden takes office, do you think he's going to try to throw Trump in jail? Like, all right. Well, I know you're you've been theorizing. Give me your breakdown of what this timeline is going to be.
I've been cooking. All right. So, and I promise we're not a political podcast. This is just my opinion.
What's been on our minds for that and we America's mind.
So sorry if you're trying to get away. Too bad. So, as far as if, and here's my worry is this is only if Biden gets in the office.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an if right now.
I'm really nervous about Trump. He's planting all the seeds for a coup. Like
Supreme Court. That's what one of his tweets said.
Just all caps. Supreme Court. No, I am worried that he is laying down the groundwork for some sort of injunction. And
he's been laying that groundwork.
He's been, but like now we're seeing the actual actions. He's firing and replacing loyalists to his party, to him. He's saying all the right things. He's putting off conceding so that he can stoke fear and misinformation in his base for longer amounts of time. Mm-hmm. So
they get antsy and they're willing to do anything.
Unfortunately for us, Trump is really good at that.
Yes.
If there's one thing he's good at, it's peddling what he wants.
That's for damn sure.
So let's say, we make it to January and Biden's in office. Does he? Here's the thing: is Trump's in trouble. The Trump family's in trouble with New York.
The Trump family is fucked. Like, unless they take over the world, they are fucked.
You have to keep in mind, though, that they are very rich and also very powerful figures. And in this country, you got two things going for you. They're rich in the sense that, like, they're not actually rich anymore. They're actually pretty broken in debt, but they're rich in the eyes of the people. So
they have social clout.
They have social wealth, and that those are two things that really it'll be really hard to see them actually see like real jail time. Mm-hmm. Now you can give them penalties and whatever, but actually putting them in jail is a whole other question. And I honestly don't think Biden has the balls to do it.
Yeah, I think he would be too scared to
piss off
hemorrhage half the country.
Yes, he's very afraid of losing.
I think other people will do it. I don't think he will pardon him. I think other people will try. I don't know that they will be successful.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I cannot see him pardoning him, though. If he does that, he's lost his entire base.
Yeah. Well, he only needed us to get in, so he's got 4 years to do what he wants.
That man ain't running again. Let's just be honest.
Let's be honest. I genuinely do think Biden will. I mean, he has won the election. There's no question. So
yes,
it's really up to what Trump does. And which
it's really
is scary.
up to the Republicans who enable him. Like they're still Republicans who are like, yeah, he won. It's like, guys, you don't have to kiss his ass anymore.
And you have to think. You have to remember that Republicans have been complacent for 4 years, so they're not going to stop now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there are tons of people. There are tons of them that are rebuking him and are stepping away from him, which is cool, but there are still just ones that for some reason want to kiss his ass. Well,
and there's a few things, because Trump is firing and denouncing people who do not support him, whether they're Republican or whatever. He's doing his best to tear those people down. So the weak-willed Republicans are going to kiss his ass because they want to save face in his administration.
I mean, he claims, I'm going to leave the country. You'll never see me again, blah, blah, blah. That's not true.
No,
that's not fucking
that
true.
fucker is going to be a fucking pundit on OAN when he is out of office.
Yeah. I mean, I think in his dreams, he wants to just go away and play golf for a long time. But I think he's just going to have to stay around. And
It's hard because I do think part of him likes that, but also like he is a true narcissist. And,
I mean, he
can't live without being in front of a television.
Well, it's also like he can't lose, and he lost.
Yes,
so it's like he will never be able to get over that.
Cannot mentally accept that he lost. Like he never will accept that in his head. Like it is physically impossible.
I read like a when it was still unclear who was going to win, but it was leaning Biden heavily. I read a thing that was just like people within the Trump administration are trying to figure out the best way to present to him that he's probably going to lose. A lot of people are scared to do it right now. They're thinking that Ivanka or Jared Kushner is going to have to say it. And I'm just like, oh, I love this. Oh, I love this so much.
It has been nice. I won't lie. It's been real nice seeing the right freak out. I love
the videos of people taking down their Trump signs.
I know, it's so
like
good.
Embarrassingly,
like sadly rolling them up.
Yeah, like looking around, making sure no one's watching.
I also, my other concern, not to add more concern, but my other concern.
I've got plenty of concerns.
The other concern I have is that people are pointing out, they're like, oh well, we lost and we're not. You don't see us rioting. Which, first of all, bullshit. Second of all, protesting human rights is different than protesting an election. But I worry that because they're in a majority of his base is in denial right now. They still think that Trump is going to win.
I know.
Genuinely.
What do they?
Genuinely, they believe that. Like
they still think the election's going on. What are you talking about?
They still think people are voting. I think one of the Trump kids fucking tweeted, I think 10 hours ago, he was like, remember to go vote. Like, not even kidding. Don't forget, guys,
funny.
go vote.
That's so funny. Stop the count, but also keep voting.
Keep voting. It's insane. It's some of the it's really fascinating on like a studying like human beings, like this weird mindset, like this hive mind that they've of denial that they've adopted.
Yeah.
It's really strange. So what I worry is that, when it's eventually, I don't know when it's going to be, but when it's eventually, they can't get to the point that they cannot deny that Trump lost. What are they going to do then?
I know.
We're living in this weird zone of the election's still going on. The ballots are faked. Dead people voted for Biden.
It's like that we know that you lost, and we know that you lost, but you're denying it. It's like you got to give up eventually. Maybe he's just holding out hope that if he keeps saying he won, that Biden will concede.
I'm so pissed at Democrats as well. They're being they are doing everything that Democrats always do. They don't really say anything. They're just like, those Republicans are being naughty, and they don't do anything.
Yeah, well, it's just like they're doing shit that doesn't work anymore. They're just like, they're being crazy. Look how crazy they're being. It's like, yeah, we know they're crazy. Make them stop, dumbasses.
Stop them. Help us, please. And then they're so
stupid. It's like, they're not stupid. They're going to kill this country.
And they're targeting other progressives who are more left than they are for losing some elections. And it's like the Democrats that lost their elections were running on older Democratic values. All progressive candidates won their elections. So you guys got to hop on the train, all right? 73 million people want a more progressive country, we are so behind already. And I know we got to deal with the Fuhrer, but then there's a lot of groundwork left to do. And by attacking our own party and blaming farther left movements like the Democratic Party is going to slowly, and it's almost like we're seeing a shift of the death of the Republican Party And then the Democratic Party is going to show up and be the new Republican Party. Just they're going to say gay rights included.
Yeah.
So that's where it gets.
Yeah, the Republican Party's like turning into the fucking authoritarian party.
Yeah, and hopefully with that extreme mentality, hopefully over time and hopefully soon that can dwindle, and we don't have to recognize them as a strong party in this country anymore.
That's the thing. If we just were able to shut Trump up, if we could just get him out of the spotlight, it would fade because no one would be. It would just die.
Well, and here's the scary thing is we'll get 4 years of Biden, which is great for us, and hopefully we can, without depending on who was the control of the Senate, we can push some things forward. We can get to a better place. It just is going to take a lot of work. What happens when we get Trump 2.0?
Exactly.
And a sophisticated Trump 2.0? Because his base is going to, it's not like those voters are going away. It's 70 million people.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to be angry, and they're going to want somebody, and there's going to be someone who's going to step up and going to be like, oh, I'm going to take the Trump playbook and do it better because I'm smarter.
Well,
it's not going to be Don Jr. That guy's a fucking idiot.
No, there's a few people. There's Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and Ivanka Trump. I think will be the two strongest.
Ivanka Trump could do it. She is actually intelligent.
Well, and here's what's going to happen. The Republican base is going to say, "Don't you want a woman as your president?"
Yep.
They're going to use that argument till they rot in a grave.
Oh, so you want women, but you don't want this woman who hates other women? I don't understand you Democrats.
You got a woman on the Supreme Court, Amy Coney Barrett. What do you mean? What's wrong with that?
Is Jared Kushner Ivanka's husband?
Oh yeah, Jared Kushner's evil.
Jesus Christ, man.
He'd be first husband or whatever. I won't talk
about his looks. It's me.
I know. Off air we will. Off air we can. But yes, it's there's a lot to be worried about, but there's also a lot to push for. So it's a tough middle ground.
Yeah, I know we seem dour, but like this is a victory. Small victory is no matter.
Take the victory.
No matter how much they try to fight it, they lost, and they're just not gonna.
They're not coping.
Give up. Yeah, they're not coping very well.
What was that? That preacher, that televangelist.
He's just like ha 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 ha, and then like everybody stands up.
Some scary shit. I've seen videos of him before. Kenneth Copeland, that's his name.
Well, he's clearly like trying to reckon on like he didn't expect this to happen. He's like trying to reckon with it. He's like trying to vamp for time. He's like laughing, and he's like in his mind, he's like fuck. I did not see this coming. Shit. What are we gonna fucking do?
I need these people to give me fucking money.
Yeah.
No, those are televangelists are some of the most evil people on this planet. But he's scary. He's like
Trump could be a televangelist.
Oh, dude, he's already a demagogue.
Yeah, I mean,
not even kidding.
Basically, is a televangelist.
It's like when he said, and I think it was right before the 2016 election, he was like, the classic, I can shoot a man in New York and nobody would do anything. I mean, that's true.
So true. Crazy that he said that then. It's like so much more true now.
Oh, yeah. We're all like, oh, he was right. But that was enough. I think that was enough politics for the day.
I can't think about the mannequin challenge without thinking about the 2016 election because that was like happened right in tandem. So
is that the Black Beatles?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I saw a video because it happened around this time 4 years ago. So like I saw a video of mannequin challenge and I was just like, oh, that was a bad time. That was a really bad time. Yeah. So I remember the day of the election, Hillary Clinton released that, and I'm just like, stop doing this. Stop.
Pokemon Go to the polls.
Yep. What's she up to?
Probably just writing another book about the election.
I didn't win the election, but if I did, here's what I would have done.
What would have happened? No, yeah, it's scary times, but hey, the holidays are coming up, so we have something to look forward to. Yep. Whatever holiday you celebrate, coming up.
I'm celebrating Flargle.
Pack your bags. What when you're ready for the mass exodus of this country, where do you think you'll go?
I'm thinking New Zealand.
You know, a lot of people are saying New Zealand, and I agree with them, but I worry so many people want to go to New Zealand that it would be harder to get into New Zealand. It's going to be about the
same. It's going to be America 2.0.
Yeah, it would be too much. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a more obscure...
I would go to Canada, but it's too cold. It's going to be too cold up there.
Yeah, way too cold. But I do, you know, freedoms versus cold.
Could do the UK.
It's a hard argument.
About as bad as we are in some areas.
Yeah, I'm definitely not feeling the UK. They got a lot of similar issues.
Yeah, they got a lot of problems going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now. Who else would be? Probably
Australia?
Netherlands, Australia. Australia's got a lot of environmental problems.
I've heard Australia is pretty much just like the US. It's like,
yeah, like Sydney, and it's like there's like a few cities and then tons of land with sparse amounts of people. So it's like, yeah, and bigger animals and kangaroos that'll punch you, and sharks and spiders. Big spiders.
I saw a TikTok the other day of these kids. It was like an amateur TikTok of kids in their backyard, like picking up stuff, and they pick up like this rock, and there's a fucking tarantula under there, and they're like, "Whoa, check it out!" And they're not scared at all, and they're like tiny kids. You can tell from their voices, and they're like, "Whoa!" And they like literally grab it. Like one of the kids literally grabs the tarantula and picks it up in the hand. It's like huge, and he's just like, "Check it out!" I'm like, "Fuck that! Absolutely fuck that!" And I'm pretty sure I think their accents were American. So I was like, where the fuck are you? You in like Arizona or some shit?
We have some pretty big spiders here.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially like farther west you go, especially southwest, like they're pretty decent.
Yeah. I mean, tarantulas won't really fuck with you.
Unless you piss them off.
Unless you fucking randomly pick them up.
I know. Like, unless you just lift them off the ground, they'll probably leave you alone. Yeah, no, I don't know. I've been trying to think like which country. I definitely like my favorite would be New Zealand, but I do worry it's
a hard country to get into. Yeah,
and it's not like they're going to be accepting, huh?
I want to know where Bernie went because he left the country. Bertie Burns.
Oh, he went to the UK.
Oh, he went to the UK. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's in London now.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's producing.
I think he's just fucking sitting on his money, probably. No,
he's like, I made my money and I dipped.
I feel like that man has to be doing something all the time.
He was definitely smart to get out when he did.
He's a genius. I really do think he's like a visionary. Like he's a genius businessman, and he can project and see way into the future. And he knew he needed to get out.
He knew to leave.
He knew to leave Rooster Teeth, and he knew to leave America. I mean, I'm not saying America's like definitely fucked and it's like going to end, but it's just like, just take a break for a little bit.
It's also, I think it was a few smart things because he moved to London, and right now London's like a production hub. I mean, Disney has all their shit there.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of smaller things that are happening in London. It's kind of like
it's so funny because like all the original Star Wars cast is like they all have like American accents, and then you get like, well, I guess Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor, and Alec Guinness.
And Alec Guinness.
Yeah, and Alec Guinness. But then you get Daisy Ridley and John Boyega, who are just Brits.
Who's the guy who plays Tarkin? Because he's also big.
Grand Moff Tarkin, yeah.
British.
Yeah. But it's just like randomly British.
But the main cast, yeah.
And then in the new ones, they're just fucking all British, except for Kylo Ren, I guess.
It's very interesting. And I love how, I don't know if you saw any of this, but like Austin's becoming a hub again.
Yeah.
Because people are fleeing LA for various reasons.
Yeah, I heard that on the TMG podcast. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I heard it on that one, and on I checked in on the Rooster Teeth podcast to see if they were talking about anything relevant, and they did. They brought that up. How people are like fleeing to LA, or not from LA to Austin, because
It's crazy.
like streamers and content creators and all kinds of things are kind of coming to that area.
I would never ever move to Austin. It sounds like the most crowded, fucking annoying place. Now that all those people, it sounds like LA 2.0.
I wouldn't say as big as LA, but definitely trying to think of a comparable city. It feels like it's going to be
Like San Francisco or something.
yeah. Like San Diego, actually. I think it'll be like San Diego. San Diego is really big, and it has a little more like space, but you know.
Are you excited to get your Pfizer chip?
Dude, you already know I got my Pfizer premium chip. Locked and loaded. I'm ready. I pre-ordered yesterday.
Yeah, I haven't really been like.
Ooh, we should talk about consoles too. Just a little bit.
Oh yeah, didn't all the consoles drop this week, right? The new ones?
I'm pretty sure a lot of them, I think it's like available as of today.
I know. I think Xbox.
I know the Xbox
dropped yesterday. I don't know about the PS5.
I know. I wanted your thoughts on like.
Reports are saying that the Xbox One is faster than the PS5. I don't know if that necessarily means anything. I mean, it really just comes down to, can it play the games and are the games good? That's really, because it really just comes down to exclusives.
I'm not buying a new console till at least a year or so.
Bruh, fuck no.
So I was curious on your thoughts on like maybe which one you were leaning toward.
I don't know. I haven't really been looking at it because I haven't really been interested.
Same.
Because I just try not to get sucked in by the launch of new consoles because, one, they are always buggy. Two, the launch models always deteriorate really fast, and they put out a new version like 1 or 2 years later.
Like the PS4 Slim.
Yeah, that's better. And they sometimes knock prices down because of various reasons. Also, there's no launch titles. Like because especially right now because of COVID, they were counting on crunch to finish a lot of games,
like Cyberpunk
2077, and Cyberpunk is multi-platform, so that one's okay.
But still, that would have been a big launch game.
Yeah, like for sure, because of the new hardware that it was designed for. I mean, it can still be played on PS4, I believe, but it's going to be better on the new stuff. But yeah, Halo, whatever the new Halo was, I think Halo 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe Halo 5 already came out. I don't fucking know which one they're on now, but
there's like 7 of them.
They fucking delayed that until next year.
I will say I still have my PS4 launch day PS4.
Yeah, you still have, and
it's still kicking. But I know a lot of them did not last as long as mine, so I think I got lucky.
I mean, I just got the PS4 Pro, and like there's nothing that would make me be like, I absolutely need a PS5.
No, and I honestly, because here's my thing is I looked at, I looked at the stats. I try to see like what's improved, and it feels like it's not that much different. Because from PS3 to PS4 feels like a huge difference. From PS4 to PS5, I just felt like it was like the graphics look a bit better.
We're kind of like reaching this like curve, I guess. It's kind of like
we've like maxed out.
Yeah, it's like, well, I guess just technology in general is like hitting this curve. It's like we're going so fast, so quick. Eventually, we're gonna have to slow down because we're getting so close to. I'm specifically talking about like visual. I don't know how to put this, but I guess just like visual graphics. Like how like you look at something that was made 10 years ago, and back then you were like, this is like cutting edge. You look at it now, it looks like absolute dog shit. But that gap is getting like we're not improving that much anymore. Yeah. Like it's definitely improving and getting more lifelike and realistic and looking better, but it's shrinking in how much we can change because we're getting so close to real life. Like once you hit, it looks like real life. Where do you go from there? You don't go anywhere. So it's like that's going to start slowing down.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I feel like technology, also in general, I feel like we've hit we were exponentially just shooting up, especially, during the Steve Jobs era, and all these innovators were trying to be competitive with especially just, gear gadgets that we use in our life. And I feel like, phones, consoles, I'm sure there's technology like
I was trying to think about this the other day. What is the last piece of technology, like physical technology, that you think changed, like the iPhone, like changed our society? What's the last one that you think changed?
The most recent one that's at least been big enough. That's hard because at the same time, I feel like online platforms have become.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was
more
thinking.
Powerful than the actual physical hardware.
I mean, we have a new online platform. I feel like that changes the world every year. I feel like TikTok, Twitch, fucking Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, like not like those specific, but like those kind of things.
Yeah, like
Tinder,
online business.
I feel like we're getting a new one of those every year.
Hey, and even OnlyFans. Like that's,
I'd say OnlyFans, is
a huge. It's a
and like,
big
I'm not saying
changer
these things were like invented and got big in a year, but I'm just saying like the times that they have really influenced society.
Yes, I agree.
Because like those platforms, all those platforms have been around for years, but they blow up.
They blow up, and they make it. I mean, they have an influence, and they have an influence on marketing and advertising and what we consume and what's in our culture. So it's very interesting because it's hard to determine hardware that's been innovative and different, but
I mean,
software.
the biggest thing, this isn't technically, I mean, it is technically technology, but it's not going to be, but the biggest thing that's going to happen is going to be this vaccine. That's going to be like the biggest worldwide innovation that changes the world.
Agreed. And, I agree. That'll be probably one of the big, I wouldn't say discoveries, but big creations of our time. I'm trying to recall like what would be like something that you can have in your home that's like the most recent, like big innovative thing. I know. I really can't think of anything that
like they've made fun of motherfucking. Oh, I just said something. They just made motherfucking jetpacks and lightsabers. Like those are just real things that exist now. And like, I'm not even like, whoa. I'm just like, yeah. It was a matter of time.
That and like, where's the flying cars and the
But like, what do you think about it? Like, who needs a flying car? Like,
no, it's not a practical invention. That's why there's not a lot of money in it, I think, because you'd have to pair with the flying car as a marketable thing. You'd have to pair some sort of sky highway with. Yeah,
you'd have to like go through all these government regulations
and guidelines. And
we're so entrenched in this. You'd have to go through so much bureaucratic fucking red tape. The oil industry would never allow that to happen.
No. They would assassinate you if you made a proper flying car that's like efficient for the environment and is proven to be like more cost efficient to be made. Like they will literally kill you. They will assassinate you for doing that. It's like that theory about that guy who made an engine that ran on water and like he got fucking murked. Like,
oh yeah.
It was like a few weeks after he unveiled this thing.
Classic.
Government's out to get you.
Classic capitalism. Ruining everything.
Classic capitalism.
Well, I think that'll about do it this week on the Capitalism Podcast.
Yeah, I think we...
Capcast.
This was definitely a more serious one. But,
this is definitely a rant one.
Yeah, this is just...
After the creepy one, and then we took a break for a week, and we've been just these ideas have been festering in our brains. I tried to take us in a wholesome route with Mighty Beans, but it just didn't stick.
It wasn't going to happen.
The podcast goes where it wants to go.
Well, and I had a few things to talk about, but unfortunately the actual YouTube site is down. So
it's not like I can't open YouTube or like just me. It's like it's like YouTube. is fucked. Susan Witwicky, whatever her name is.
Sam Witwicky.
Sam Witwicky. Yeah, that's where I got that. Wojcicki. I don't know what her last name is, but the CEO of YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
She pushed the button and said, YouTube machine broke.
She said, you guys don't need to make a podcast anymore. You're done. We're cutting you out. Done.
Meanwhile, Natalie's like, this is great. They're not referencing any visuals. I don't have to look at anything. This is awesome.
This is the perfect audio only podcast. Very, very last second question, I guess, to people who listen to us, and you could either, the five of you, if you want to either message us or talk to us in some way, let us know if you actually watch the YouTube version.
Yeah. Do you watch that? Do you care? Because if
do you
we'll
need that reference? Like, do you need?
Because it would be so much less work if we didn't do that one.
Because don't get us wrong, like we do love doing it for you if you like having the reference of what we talk about.
It's also just like a fun watch for me because I'm more visual, so I like that. But either way.
Yeah, I'm visual too. So, but just let us know how you're feeling. Give us your I was trying to think of a more clever term.
Also, we are throwing around the idea of, we haven't talked about this in a week or so, but I threw on the idea of, since I have a better computer now and a better internet connection, thinking about doing like some streams, like some live streams. Because on Twitch, you can watch anything that's on Amazon Prime, because Amazon owns Twitch, because this world is a nightmare. So you can watch anything on there and stream it. And yeah, we could do like little commentary over it or something.
Yeah, we definitely, we were talking about this, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, we were thinking about doing it for Halloween, but couldn't get it in time.
Not done in time. But I think if anyone listening was interested, we'd have a little, either watch a movie or review things, or just kind of hang out.
Or do a live show where you could call in. That'd be fun.
Oh, that would be so funny. Yeah, that's a great idea. So yeah, if you want to do a live show, where you can call in and talk to us, let us know. But other than that, I think that's it.
Yeah. All right, gang. Have a good one. We'll see you next week at the Four Seasons.
Out there, wear your masks, and we'll see you next week
at the Four Seasons.
Buy your merch now.
Bye. Hold on. Let me. Oh, what's this? What's this I'm hearing? Oh, here it is. It's coming in. It's the theme song. Oh, man.
Oh, I didn't know where you were going with that. Oh, no.
All right.
I totally thought you were actually pulling out something. I was like,
No.